Welcome to the Lean Donut Shop. I'm going to share another tip here. This tip is about batching, about how you should never, ever batch if you can help it. Trust me, I get it. There are some technology and process constraints. I've worked in industries where you just can't get around that, at least not today. Even so, just don't accept batching as a solution, especially when someone is saying, oh, this is the way that it's done. This is what everybody else in the industry does. Here's the story to go behind this. When we first started up here, we had come up with a recipe for our gluten-free fried chicken. It's out of this world. It's actually crispy. It's super good. However, we hadn't done it larger scale, that we do it here in the stall. Leading up to the grand opening, we had a soft opening. During those few days, we were told by multiple people, probably at least 2 other business owners and 1 5-star chef, actually, that we were supposed to do it differently. And in fact, they kind of all had different ways, different suggestions, but all of it was batching. It was about par frying the chicken, which means you dredge the chicken and then you partially fry it in the fryer, but not fully cook it, and you put it back in, the refrigerator, the walk-in, maybe the freezer, for later, and then later you fry it again so that it's ready, made to order, not really, but made to order when the customer wants it. And I'm sure that's done in some places to solve certain problems, but it's really the symptom of a problem, and it was batching. I was also told to the chicken has to be dry before it gets dredged with the different flours and starches. We were told to put it out on cooling racks, on a sheet pan like this, or the cooling rack on a sheet pan, and leave it in the walk-in and let it dry for 24 hours. So now I've got chicken marinating. Frozen chicken on the shelf. I've got marinating chicken. I've got chicken that's drying on the cooling rack. Then I've got chicken that is dredged to be par fried. And then I've got par fried chicken. I've got so many stages of chicken and so much batching. And by the way, chicken goes bad. So consequentially, as we were trying to do this, and oh gosh, even the 5-star chef says this, and other people say this, and we haven't been doing this that long, and I know that batching is bad, but they're supposed to know their stuff, so I guess we're gonna try it. It was just a mess. It took up so much space, so much inventory. Chicken went bad. I was throwing chicken away. Taking 2 trips to the fryer for par frying, it's just a mess. Fried chicken it's like messy. It's an inherently messy process. In the end, I just threw it all away. Not the chicken, but so many of the things. And we worked really hard to make small quantities, smaller batches of chicken, cutting out, a lot of the stages, no par frying. We don't lay it out on a cooling rack for 24 hours. In fact, we probably lay it out for like 8 minutes, because then it's dripped enough that it's dry enough. And I won't get into all the methods because it's proprietary, but we worked hard with the process to try and figure out how to get away from all that batching, even though that's what supposedly everybody else does. And I'll tell you what, it's way easier. I don't throw away rotten chicken. It's way less messy. I'm not overproducing all this whip-in inventory. So the goal should always be set for flow, for ideally 1-piece flow, or even better than that, just like Genie in a bottle from decades ago, cross your arms and nod your head and bam, customer gets what they want. I want a cheeseburger, bam, faster than a microwave, right there in their hand. That's the goal. It should be that quick, not all this batching nonsense. So don't just do it because the smart people said to batch. Don't batch, it's not good. Use your brain and work hard to find ways not to batch. That's the lesson.